Hi, I'm David Balkan. I'm the owner of Balkan Sewer and Water Main Service. We're sewer and water main contractors out in New York. And it seems that homeowners have routine problems dealing with their sewer plugs and their sewer caps that are on their traps. Now, there is a difference between a cap and a plug. A cap fits over a house trap, as an example, and a plug fits inside the house trap or the ferrule. This is referred to as a ferrule. Typically, you would encounter a problem with the plug if you're a homeowner. As you can see, even when they're brand new, this is not exactly a high quality fitting. Needless to say, even when it's new, it's not the easiest thing in the world to screw back in. That's a perfect example of why I hate these. They're inexpensive fittings, they're easily replaced, and the problem is, once they're in place for many years, it's brass exposed to cast iron, exposed to sewer water, they get frozen in place. Now, I've seen where people recommend to save this super inexpensive fitting, you light up a torch, you heat up around the plug to expand the ferrule, and then you can unscrew the plug. Now, in my opinion, that's far too much work to save a fitting that costs a few dollars, and you're exposing yourself to a danger. You can get burnt, you can burn something, you're working with a torch. In my opinion, it's needless. I think in this particular case, you take a chisel, you take a hammer, you break the darn thing out, you call it a day, and then you move on to your better options. And there are actually three better options. The first of which that many people use is something called the fit-all plug. And why it's called the fit-all plug is it's lead lined. So lead is a malleable material. Once you get the proper size, you can tap it in, and the lead forms to the inside of the ferrule-footed trap, which the ferrule-footed trap may be worn or corroded in some way, and the lead will form perfectly. And you tap it in. You don't have to pound it in because you want to be able to take it out at a later date. A second option, which I personally find more advisable, is something called a gym cap. Again, this is a cap. And this easily fits right over your trap. You can tighten it with a screwdriver. And on some caps, you can even tell if your sewer's backed up, if you feel the top, sometimes you can feel the pressure, and you know not to take it off, okay? This is also very inexpensive item. Now, lastly, your last option, which is very good under certain circumstances. If you suffer frequent backups, or more to the point, if the city sewer or the municipal sewer has a surcharge, that means when the city sewer backs into your house, that's an incredible amount of pressure being placed on the cap or the plug. And on older systems, that might blow out, you could flood out your whole basement. So for a very few dollars more, you can get a test plug. And this tightens snugly. And thank you for listening.